So it's important that every single major decision that's being made has a lot of different inputs. You have the input from the knowledge base, you have the input from people involved, you have input from the data collected, and obviously from the visionaries and the stakeholders of the business. So putting that all together in a room and being able to dissect through all the opportunities and through all the, cut the fat, as I like to say, and get to the meatiest part of it, that creates the biggest opportunities. The one thing that actually is good to remember for majority of these teams is that, to put the egos aside, it's at the end of the day, you're running a business. The business has a purpose that it serves, and the outcome of that purpose is usually making a happy client.
Yes.
So if everybody understands from the get-go that the purpose of this meeting, whatever that meeting is to solve a particular problem, so that we can achieve particular goals that at the end of the day give us the outcome of happy clients or more happy clients. Then, I think it's very important to set that base at the beginning, right? You keep saying that you're giving people an environment or a platform where everybody can voice their opinions, which is great, but they also need to have context. Like your opinion matters, but in the context of how do we make the customer happy. So I think that's an important case to, for people to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think that can't be emphasized enough. Like, we talk a lot about digital transformation, but what we're really talking about at the heart of digital transformation is building a human-centered business. Like, it's not the way that business is done has changed so much because of technology and online, and people can find just such a wealth of products and experiences. And so if you are just pushing all of your vision out without any consideration for what the customer needs, you're really going to miss the mark. I mean, it's just, in this day and age, I think it's impossible not to use all of these new techniques and these new tools for designing around our customer and getting information from them. It's just really crucial to, I think, having market adoption.
Another thing is that not all businesses are created equal, right? And not all solutions are one size fits all. So it's important that every single major decision that's being made has a lot of different inputs. You have the input from the knowledge base, you have the input from people involved, you have input from the data collected, and obviously from the visionaries and the stakeholders of the business. So putting that all together in a room and being able to dissect through all the opportunities and through all the, cut the fat, as I like to say, and get to the meatiest part of it, that creates the biggest opportunities. So I think discovery workshops, just in general, they're very broad. They can be used in various different topics. They can be used for various different departments, but particularly, within the user experience realm, I think UX is that central core that keeps the balance between everybody, right? Because UX has to consider everybody's role, from merchandising to logistics to innovation to marketing to customer service, right? So we live in the middle of it all to make sure that there's a right balance of happiness amongst everyone, and so that we could complete the goals to make the clients happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, because so much of UX is honestly internal alignment. I mean, that's a really big part of it, because if your internal teams aren't aligned, you're not going to be able to deliver on that customer experience. It's not going to be consistent. It might be mistargeted to the wrong kind of customer, or you might be targeting different kinds of customers. So that internal alignment is a really crucial part of the UX experience, in my opinion. And that's why facilitation is so often brought up in the context of UX design, is because that's really the linchpin, I think, to making that kind of collaboration happen internally and getting those processes to just run a little bit more smoothly than they maybe have been. Working with people can be hard. And so, anything that you can do to sort of influence how the different groups in a project are collaborating and supporting each other, I think is really important and shows at the end of a project.